Sai Divine Leelas Part 4. In this episode, we'll hear some of the Leelas experienced by Baba's Mahabhaktas. The first experience is shared by a lawyer named R.R. Vaman. He says, "Once at the Vada, two of my friends were gossiping about some things. I was also there and I couldn't sleep. They were talking till about 1 a.m. Later, they themselves felt that what they are doing is not right and we should stop gossiping about others. Next day, when we went to the mosque to meet Baba, and when my friends fell on his feet, Baba said, 'There are different people who come to this place. Some are good, some are bad, cunning, with bad intentions. But why should we gossip about them?' My friends understood what Sai meant, and by this they got a lesson." Second experience. R.R. Vaman mentions one of the oldest devotees of Sai was Malsapati. Sai used to sleep at the mosque one night and the next night he would sleep at the Chavdi. When Sai used to sleep in the mosque, Malsapati used to sit near Sai for the whole night. He would never lie down. Malsapati was financially weak, which was known to Sai. One day in 1917, a businessman from Dadar named Hansraj Shetji, who knew the condition of Malsapati, gave 10 rupees to him, which he did not accept. Later, the Shetji sent the money through Bapu Sahib Jog, which Malsapati again refused. Then the money was given to Hari Sitaram Dikshit, and he told to Sai to give the money to Malsapati, which he would not refuse this time. Sai told him, "You keep it with you now." After Malsapati finished his puja, Baba asked Dikshit, "What is the amount of money?" Dikshit said, 10 rupees, Baba. Sai told him to keep it on his mat and then told Nana Sahib Nimonkar to distribute the money to the devotees who were sitting there, which means Malsapati didn't get anything from that money. And the third experience is shared by Sri Chidambar Keshav Gadgil. He was a great devotee of Sai. He was a government servant. For some time, Chidambar Keshav Gadgil was a secretary to the collector in Ahmednagar. Then he was an officer in charge at Sinar. He used to visit Sai very often. Then he was transferred to a place very far from Sinar and he had to report immediately, so he couldn't meet Sai. He took a train from Kopargaon, but he couldn't visit Baba and he felt very bad about it. When the train started, suddenly a packet came and fell on his lap, and when he opened it, he was surprised to see that the packet contained Baba's divine Udi. He kept it safely. Next time when he went to see Baba, he asked him, "Did you get my Udi which I sent to you?" Gadgil was shocked to hear this and became very emotional. He kept the packet of Udi in a locket and preserved it with him till his last breath. Now, for this episode, this is the last experience that we'll share of Tatya Sahib Nulkar. Sri Lakshman Krishna, also known as Tatya Sahib Nulkar, was a great devotee of Baba. He was working in Pandharpur. He had some eye ailment due to which he used to say things one above the other. Even words would be seen like that. Then he took leave and went to a doctor in Jalgaon. After 2 to 4 days, it was Guru Purnima. He came to Shiridi on the day prior to Guru Purnima. He had thought of staying for 2 days and going back, so he didn't get much clothes and didn't get his medicine also. He had covered his eyes with a cloth on the day he arrived at Shiridi. The next day, Baba told Madhav Rao that his eyes were paining a lot. From that moment, Tatya Sahib's eyes started improving, and after few days, without any medication, Tatya Sahib Nulkar could see properly. Nulkar wanted to stay in Shiridi till his last breath, so he shifted to Shiridi. He wanted to breathe his last at the feet of Baba, and that is what happened also. He had diabetes and he had some surgery done for the boils on his feet. 1 hour before his soul was about to depart from his body, he told his son to sing some bhajan, the lyrics of which were, "Now you stay like this in front of my eyes so that I can keep seeing you, Narayan." After the bhajan, one son put udi in his mouth and the other son poured Sai's tirth in his mouth. Tatya Sahib asked them what was that. They told him it was Baba's udi and his tirth, after which his soul left his body immediately. All his relatives were by his side and he looked very peaceful at his last moments, which he took at Baba's lotus feet. The message in these Leelas are: once a devotee surrenders himself physically and mentally to the Sadguru, then the Guru accepts him as a devotee. The devotee comes under the shade of the Guru, and the Guru becomes his guide, philosopher and guardian as well. The Sadguru's omnipresence travels with the devotee, and he will be present with his devotees always. All the Mahabhaktas mentioned in this episode had totally surrendered themselves physically and mentally to the Sadguru. Hence, the Sadguru knew what was correct for them and accordingly gave them what was required by them at the right time. The Sadguru analyzed their karmas and made them undergo the fruits of their karmas and finally gave them salvation. This Leela teaches us how a divine relationship should be between a Sadguru and a devotee. Om Sai Ram.